Good evening, Vandals. I am your host, Kaz Phoenix, here with our League of Legends coach, Sam Thomas.
There you go.
There we go.
Proud of you, Phoenix.
I did it.
Apparently, I'm Aiden. They didn't change the
Yeah, we
headline text to
didn't.
me. I'm Aiden now. That's not my actual last name. It's my screen name, but it's not my actual last name.
Diggs.
Oh,
Diggs
dear.
Is,
Okay.
Diggs is working on it as we speak. So we have an interesting match for today because we are doing a doubleheader match.
We're not streaming the other one till Thursday, though.
Yeah.
So nobody knows about that. Magic of TV. Magic of TV.
Magic of TV.
Magic of TV.
No. Pretend I didn't say that. You know, it was only there for a quick second and now it's gone.
It's exciting because we have our rivalry. Can you plug me back into the monitor?
Are you sure?
No, but yes.
We are playing against our rivals, and we call them our rivals because they're the only other team in Idaho playing in our league. College of Eastern Idaho.
Yes. It's important to note that both our mid laner and our support played on College of Eastern Idaho.
Yeah.
The CEI coach was DMing me this morning. They're streaming it right now. Like, they were like, yeah, Truman's a great guy. We'll get scrims set up. Like, truly amazing people.
Aw.
But also I want to bonk them. So we are blue side to start off with. We're seeing a pretty typical lineup for us. The one thing to note is that they did ban our Briar in ban phase. Briar has been our go-to jungler for the most part, so is what it is. We're playing the Belveth instead, all that good stuff. We're seeing a Xayah ADC, which we haven't seen Gavin pull out before, but no big deal. Pretty standard Sion top, Gen support, and Nico mid. We will see how that goes. They are running a Fiora top, a Sejuani jungle, a Sylas mid, a Lucian ADC, and a Braum support. Braum's going to be on the tankier side of supports. Ironically, their mid laner, Sylas, we played a Sylas on Thursday. We played as Sylas. It's one of Truman's many comfort camps in his lane, so we should see an interesting matchup there. We'll see how this goes. Both of these teams do know each other pretty well. Yes, it's a rivalry and all of that, but we'll see how things go.
Oh,
that's an early.
Oh.
We got the level 2 advantage. We tried to push it, but Braum's a little tankier than we gave credit for. The Ignite going down on the Shen. Not going to get the damage down. Now the damage is on Lucian. That's the first blood for us. Going for 2. Pushing that level 2 advantage. Getting the flash out of the Braum. Probably not going to get the kill. Really close on that second kill, but we got the flash. We got the cleanse out of the Lucian. Sion barely escaping with his life top lane. That Fiora is going to be a challenge. Fiora did use her flash for that, but so did the Sion. We are going to see Fiora being a bit of a challenge into that Sion. Is what it is. Sion is the kind of champ who can be behind all game and then still make a difference in the team fights. That's why we're playing him. That's really what we want to see. Nico getting those things down on that Sylas, getting the level advantage from the damage. Again, Nico plays Sylas, knows how to avoid him. That's the thing, is when you're really good at champ, you know how to not die to that champ, hopefully. So I think we're going to see top lane kind of get run away with from them a little bit. But right now we're winning mid and bot lanes. So a lot of promise right now. Again, we're only 3 minutes in, but promise. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
I also would like to thank production for putting College of Eastern Idaho on, because I kept calling them Central Eastern Idaho for no good reason. So I'd like to thank production for embracing my ridiculousness. There's the... Looking for an early gank on this Nico. Nico running away. I don't know which one's real. There's the Sejuani coming in for that early gank. Shen is coming up. Shen is level 2. Belveth is also coming in. There's the Sejuani flash. We're going to see if Belveth can get a knock-up. Is going to get the knock-up. Might be able to get that kill. Under turret. Not quite going to get the kill before they go diving under turret. That's unfortunate. Could have gone either way. Do get some more flashes out and all of that. So overall, not a terrible trade. Our jungler is winning. We got the pressure down. We responded very well to that gank. Could have been better. We could have gotten the kill, but is what it is. There's the Sylas going in. That's the engage. That's what Nico has to be really careful for. Sylas has a good engage. He has to root the damage. There's the Sylas flash. There's the Nico flash. Sylas is out of mana. We got to be really careful. Nico has not that much health, but has the ignite. Sylas is going to recall, so Nico's going to go ahead and take advantage of that. Get the CS, get more of that level advantage, and all of that. We are seeing Sion losing in that top lane like I was expecting. That's okay. That's okay. As long as like top lane doesn't get completely run away from, which he hasn't been. Shen going in does not have the Xayah backing him up quite yet. There's the damage going in from the Xayah, getting the feathers down, looking for that root if they try and engage. Meanwhile, feathers come back, no root. This is honestly distracting, switching back and forth between top lane and bot lane like that. Top lane starting to even things out a bit. Both are level 5. Sion starting to get some damage down. Just has to pick his moments, be safe, be careful, and all that. There's the Shen going in again, getting the Lucian out of there, clearing, leaving room for Xayah to get the farm in, and it's paying off. She's at 14 more CS right now than the enemy ADC. And that's translated into boots and a dagger, and that's first plate to our bot lane. Okay, is this me?
Yeah. There you go.
I like being able to hear you, but I hate being able to hear myself. We have new sound settings this go round, so we're still finicking with them.
Yeah.
And I think those are Doritos in chat. I don't know.
Yeah.
Chat's having fun right now. Sejuani looking for a mid gank again. Belveth recalling, getting the damage down on Sylas. There's the Nico ult, catching the Nico in the ult. Then there's the stun. There's the airborne. Sylas healing. Stole Nico ult into the Nico ult. Get the ignite down. That ignite should finish him off here in a sec. If not, he's going to be really, really lucky. Looks like he's going to get away on low health again. We are just not closing out those kills when we need to be. We're not dying. Like, it could be worse. We could be dying. Sylas still sticking around. Nico's going to try and get a handle on that if Sylas is going to be greedy. I mean, look at how low of health Sylas is on. That means needs to back. Truman gets first plate mid. Now Sylas is backing. Going to take full advantage because he's got mana and all of that. Truly well played by Truman. Sylas needed to back sooner because now Sejuani's leaving, so now that's another wave going into that turret that's just not going to be answered. Looks like Nico is going to back. Not surprised, probably going to get some items and all of that. Trying to get the damage down in the Shen. Shen just kind of dodging around a little bit. Is going to get the stun, is going to get the ignite, is going to get pasted by that team. Flashes out of there, the ignite's going to finish him off. Unfortunately, it was the Braum who got the kill instead of the Lucian. That's good. We want the kills to go to the ADC instead of the, to the support instead of the ADC, excuse me. Gavin kind of just dancing around a little bit. I will say, they're giving us a run for their money. This is one of the best games we've seen so far. Trying to get that kill on our turret, they're actually threatening us. Like, that's solid. Xayah hitting that level 6 now. Nico and Sylas dodging around. Like I said, there's the Sylas you have to be worried about. The engage, the quick engage. Nico will outdamage him all day, every day, but if Sylas engages, does not matter. Looks like CEI is going for first Drake. 7 minutes in, a little bit earlier than normally we go for it. Shen moving up to look and contest that potentially. Belveth coming up as well. Xayah's going to get the solo farm. Xayah right now doesn't want to go for it. Shen scouting out, seeing how it's doing. Red team gets first dragon pretty handily. We're looking for the follow-up team fight, it looks like. Belveth is coming around, Shen, Xayah. We might be looking for the follow-up team fight. Meanwhile, top lane, Sion didn't get that damage down on that Fiora. Need to be careful, but I think we're going to start seeing some not quite top lane island 0-0-0s. The fight that could have been forming in the Dragon Pit, not quite coming to fruition. Everyone kind of willing to reset, go back. First Drake over to CEI. Rift is now up. We'll see who goes for that. I would like to point out right now, College of Eastern Idaho has great vision through that river. They've got control wards. They've got normal wards. They can see exactly what we're doing. That was Tiger popping that Oracle lens, starting to clear out some of that vision. That's what we're going to see. Doing a great job of that on the bot lane. And that's going to be expensive to replace. But College of Eastern Idaho really doing... I think somebody just said in chat, I don't know what's going on with this game, but the colors are very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to League of Legends. It's a gorgeous game. Especially right now, we're running the world skin. So it's like a gorgeous game right now. Top lane keeping it way closer than I thought it was going to. Super big shout out to Tavian on that one. Fiora going in, Sion running away. I think Sion has the bonk damage to just not run away on a couple of those. Belveth starting first Rift. Nico laying down some damage on the Sylas, keeping him busy. There's a Sejuani on bot side. Fiora is going down to deal with that Belveth. Sion needs to peel with him. We'll see if that happens or not. JJ backing off from Rift. Nico's coming up his way, so it's going to be the Nico and the Fiora, and maybe the Sejuani. Belveth is on half health. We're going to see... This could be a 2v3. Sion coming in as well. We might get the fight in Herald Pit that we were expecting to get in Dragon Pit, chasing down that Belveth. Belveth on very low health and very low mana. Not quite able to get it. In comes the Nico on that Fiora with, I think, the Scion. We're looking bot lane right now, so I'm trying to narrate off the mini-map.
Nice.
That's the kill on the Lucian. There's the Fiora. Gonna get caught under turret if he's not careful. There's the kill there. Xayah trying to escape from the Braum. Shen just trying the best to fend off for that. Braum is too tanky. I don't think I take that back. There's the taunt. There's the damage coming down. There's the shield. Braum needs to leave. Braum is going to get murdered if he stays. Damage coming in from Xayah. Not quite enough to polish off that Braum. So far, so good. That was really hard to try and commentate top lane when we were watching bot lane. Overall, we got a couple kills and nobody died. So overall, big win. Braum's coming back in for more. He is on such low health. Both of our guys on low enough health. They're looking to back. Braum going to disrupt the back. Xayah casting ult to stay alive. Not quite enough. There's the Lucian back in lane, getting that kill. Nice try from Xayah, but not quite good enough. There's the Sylas flash, engage. There's the root coming out from the Nico. Out of mana, does not have the oomph to take him down, but a flash for a flash is pretty good. Sejuani and Belveth both circling that mid. We're seeing they play through their mid lane a lot as well, so we're going to see a lot of skirmishes mid with the jungles. There's the stun coming in. There's the root. There's the damage coming down. Teleport coming in. There's the kill on the Sylas. Sejuani ult. There's the Scion coming in top. Fiora's going to get some turret plates, but it'll be worth it for the kill. There's the Shen teleport. That is the fourth one. Scion needs to get back top lane and defend, but that was beautiful. I said we were going to see it playing through that lane, and playing through that lane we did. We came out of that one. That's the mobility that I was talking about. Yes, Fiora does have 2 plates up. Yes, it's going to be unfortunate. Belveth now taking advantage of that Sejuani that just died to go ahead and start Rift again. Looks like he has the help of the Nico and the Shen's coming up. We could very well see a fight part 2 coming up as Sejuani comes in. Looks like Sylas is going to hang out in lane. Fiora has backed, so Scion gets a kill, has some gold off of that. Did lose 2 turret plates. Iffy, still winning in CS. I think it was totally worth it. Shen, Nico back in lane to deal with the Sylas. Shen supporting that Rift Herald. First Drake went to College of Eastern Idaho. First Rift will go to us quite handily. Second Drake is going to be up in just under a minute, so they're starting to clear vision and set up for that, giving Xayah some time. I'd like to point out, Xayah's level 8. Both of them are only level 7. Shen looking for that Sylas just a little bit while he's going back to lane. There's the Braum who came up to support. Looking to counter the Shen that's been running everywhere. Fiora does have a level up. Shen does not have the engage here. Scion? Ooh. Scion might need to get away from that. Getting the stun, getting the damage down, needs to get back to turret, is going to die. Braum going in on the Nico. Nico casting the root. There's the Shen coming back in. There's the Sejuani, though. It's a 2v3 mid right now. We'll see how that goes. Lucian and Xayah just kind of battling it out right now. Xayah getting the damage down that Lucian can't. Our ADC is going to win in that 1v1 every time right now. She just has the range. Scion did get back in a turret. Fiora is looking for it, but is going to have to contest the zombie Scion. That was the Nico in Belveth skin. With a Belveth and a Shen, we are looking for this 3v3 with Lucian coming up to make it a 4v3, but we have... This could be a party right here. Scion does not have teleport up halfway through the recall, so we'll see how that goes. Lucian hiding there. There's the Belveth. Belveth sees him. We might get a dragon fight here. There's the Sylas going in. Ooh. Nobody really going in. That's the thing. I think that might have been Lucian ult that he just cast into a blip. That was Lucian ult that he just cast into, like, nobody. So, great. I can't say great job because we didn't really do anything there. Great for us that Lucian ult's out of the way. You know, we didn't really bait it, but it's good for us. First turret bot is looking good. That's a lot of extra gold into that Xayah, who's going to start becoming very potent in that mid game as we get there. Everybody's kind of backed off of Drake, so we'll see how that goes. Fiora is very low on mana. Sion's back up to full health. We're just kind of returning the status quo a little bit. They're trying to feel each other out. No team wants to overextend, because right now the team that overextends is going to lose.
They're both playing in, like, really close quarters right now, let's see.
We are. We're taking it easy, but we're taking it quick. I will say this is definitely the hardest game we've played so far, but they're doing it well. We do have a slight advantage, but we're being very careful to not overextend that advantage. There's the Nico getting the damage down. We are going for second Drake. Shen's backing Braum and Lucian and Sejuani coming in. I'm not sure if Belveth has the damage to get this down. That's the Mass Airborne. That's the Smite coming in. She might die, but we will get the Drake. We will get the Lucian kill. That's good. Shen needing to get out of there. They do finish off the Bel'Veth, but here comes the Xayah and the Nico to support. There's the Xayah getting the damage down, running away from the Shen. That's the root. That is going to be one dead Sejuani. Just have to finish him off. There's the auto. Shen going in on the Braum. Yes, Braum's tanky, but Shen's tankier. Silas coming in very late to the party. There's the Tiger emote that we love to see. Silas did not respond to that in time. Meanwhile, Sion taking over mid. We'll see. Okay, Sion is going back top. Don't necessarily agree with that use of teleport there, but does need to defend against that Fiora. Silas might have made a difference if he was in that party, but he wasn't. Xayah can... There's the Nico ult going down just to get away, getting the level. There's the Shen coming in. Unfortunate kill on the Nico. It's all right. In comes the Bel'Veth. I did say we needed to watch out for that Silas engage that got there. Nico's got the poke, but Silas has the engage. Just Sion and Fiora duking it out. So proud of our top laners. Just they're top laning. That's a 2-level advantage we have on their ADC right now. And that damage is getting potent. Hiding behind the Braum shield. Xayah casting ult to get the damage down on that Lucian. That was gorgeous. There comes the Braum and the Sejuani with the Shen coming in behind. Xayah needs to hang out. Keep trying to get away. Oh, there's the Silas teleport in.
Oh, no.
Oh, Silas has stolen Shen ult and got that in. Shen backing out wisely. That's the problem with Silas. Can steal the ults. Can turn that around on. Can turn that ability around on us. Still, we killed their ADC. You know, that's something. Bel'Veth coming in for the top gank. There's the Airborne. There's the damage. That's going to be one dead Fiora. And that every time Bel'Veth gets a kill, 3, 2, and 2, has killed a Rift, has killed a Drake, gets that Coral, gets faster, gets more lethal. I think Disco Ninjas just means that it's a party. Yeah. Excellent point. CS leads are kind of crazy. Our top lane, pretty reasonable, about 10. Our jungler has a 20 CS gap right now, which in a jungle is like 5 camps. That's a chasm right there. And we're going to start seeing that come into play with the fact that Sejuani has 5 left on the jungle pet. Bel'Veth only just finished the jungle pet. So we do have a smite advantage heading into a second rift here in a minute. That could be important, could not be important, depends on when they go for it. There's the root, there's the damage coming down. Silas stole the Nico ult, and there's the Sejuani. Nico hanging back. They're trying to murder that Nico right now. We see the Nico 0, 1, and 3, not the lethal Nico that we're used to, not the lethal Nico we were necessarily expecting. But it's hard to be a lethal Nico when you're getting 2v1, 3v1 to all of that. There's the Bel'Veth coming in. Shen looking over the top. Nico coming in. It's a 3v3 right now with Lucian coming in. Xayah might need to come up. I don't like that Xayah's not up quite yet. Should be seeing the Nico ult. There's the Nico ult. There's the 3 damage down. There's the Lucian getting smited. There's the Bel'Veth almost going down, but getting the heal off the Shen ult. There's the damage. That's 1 down. Nico's down. Oh, Lucian so close to getting pasted. I think if we had the Xayah there, that would have made the difference. But we will see where it goes. One of my teammates was trying to tell me something, and I have no idea what they were trying to tell me. Shen still going in, 1v2ing. I disagree with it, but he was doing it. Top turret does go down, but that's not the end of the world. It's okay, because we got first turret in the bot lane. Pushing hard through that bot. Xayah, not team fighting. Totally bot islanding. I'm going to need to be a coach here in a sec. I've got my players poking their heads around the corner. But we can run through this. No, they were not strong enough to win that without the ADC. I agree. But look at what the ADC got. Yes, they got a kill, but we got a turret. We got all of that. It was a trade. I'm not sure I agree with the trade, but now Xayah's got Collector. And second Rift is up, and third Drake, excuse me, is about to be up. We're starting to get those, we're starting to slowly push forward. This is a much slower push than we've seen in games past, but we are starting to push forward. Second Rift looks like it's going to be pretty uncontested. Lucian looking to contest it, but he does not have the damage against the Bel'Veth. Sejuani looking to take Drake. They're looking to cross map. Picking up that second Rift, looking to drop it top and push that in. We've got Braum, Silas, Lucian there with the Sejuani. It's going to be a 3v4 here. Fiora's pushing in bot. There's the damage going down on that Braum. Shen getting stuck in there, being forced to go in a little bit. There's the Silas. There's the damage going down from the Nico. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Zaya getting damage down. There's the ult. There's a kill. Trying to run away. There's the damage. Oh my god, that is massive damage on those feathers. Going to be able to get them back in again for that kill. Shelly dropped top. That was a triple kill from the Zaya, and she lives. That's the damage I was talking about. Fiora coming in top.
I will admit
Fiora coming in top. Shelly just rampaging through the top lane. That's the ace.
I'll admit I was not very optimistic about that mid fight.
I did. I was. You know, we almost won the first fight without the ADC. Yes, the ADC before that was like 1, 2, and 3, which isn't great, but she had the CS. She got Collector. I saw that Collector and I was like, oh, shit. Oh, other words I'm not allowed to say because this is a family-friendly channel. Shelly drop top gets 3 turrets and an inhibitor. We've seen us run the Shelly down before. Bringing it back. That was the overextension. They weren't expecting that Zaya. Zaya with Collector is lethal. I don't know how she stayed alive. She was CC'd for like ever, but she did. It was glorious. Looking for Drake right now. Sion starting to push. Sion has not lost his lane. Sion taking 2 of them. That's going to be 3rd Drake to us. They know we're there, but they can't do anything about it. There's that Drake. Whew.
Looks like another kind of stall little moment in mid.
Yeah, just a pause. Fiora top. Nico getting the damage down, getting the ult down. Oh, that's the Lucian kill. Lucian horribly picked off. Silas takes the Nico ult, but isn't doing the damage that Nico was with it. There's the double kill. Sion coming in to take turret because that's what he's good at. There's the Braum, there's the Sejuani. Belveth going in, getting the airborne on both of them. Has the Shen with him for the damage. That's the ignite on the Braum. Braum is tanky, they're both tanky. Meanwhile, murdering through turret in mid. There's the flash from the Sejuani to get safe. Sion doing what Sion does best and getting the turret. Braum having to back. Getting bot turret now.
What? I was very scared for a moment. Like, it seemed like something
that could have gone the other way.
Yeah.
It could have gone the other way. You know, I've talked a lot about, and we haven't been able to see it, but this team doesn't overextend. They play it safe. Yes, we lost that fight in mid. There are the roots going down. There's the airborne. There's the shield coming down on the Belveth. There's the ADC. That is a 9-2 and 4 Zaya. That is another double, ladies and gentlemen. That was a quadra followed by a double. We are cracking their base. They have a Silas. They have a Lucian. I don't think it's going to be enough. There's the Lucian ult, and Belveth is over. There's the Nexus. Sion's wailing on it. That's what Sion does best. That, ladies and gentlemen, trying to get the Truman kill. Silas trying to salvage something. That, ladies and gentlemen, is game 1.
What?
I will go talk to my team. I will see you right back here for game 2.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad Diggs hasn't put Cam back on me yet because I just have this weird shocked expression on my face that like is not very easy to work with here, and he changed to Cam. That's awesome. Listen, I think I was getting a little concerned about how this match was going to turn out. Around 60 minutes into the game, at least of what we saw, I think it was about like only 8-4 at that point. I didn't really know what was going on, but like, what is the difference with that anyway? You know, I don't know nearly enough about League to sit at this table and say that you know, we're doing a thing, but we're doing a thing, and I let Sam do her thing, and she's really good at it, as you guys know. That was a very excellently played match from both teams. It seemed like CEI was getting a little bit stressed towards, you know, the final, I guess, like 5 minutes of that match, which is probably where the Vandals were able to come in and seize that opportunity. But I am also making a lot of stuff up and trying to sound professional about it. So I think that Sam will be back in a few minutes after they're done talking to their team about post-match. And then we're going to stream Overwatch in like an hour. I think we're going to have time for round 2 if it's this short, but I don't know. Realistically, what's probably going to happen is that at the beginning of game 2, at the beginning of game 2, Sam's going to come back. We're going to talk about post-match for game 1 and probably stream the second match. But until then, we will be taking a break. Be sure to stay tuned. for our next match against CEI. And if you want to stick around for our Overwatch streams later, we will be playing somebody. I'm not on that today, so I don't know. Anyways, we'll see you guys after the break. Shout out to Disco Ninjas for pointing out that we didn't run through our pick/ban phase, but that is fine because you get to see our picks anyway, and we have Sam back with us at the table to do our analysis of Game 1.
I'm going to skip the analysis of Game 1.
Oh, really?
Just a little bit. I'll do that during the farming. I want to talk a little bit about pick ban. Production, can we get Twitch chat back up, please?
Okie dokie.
So we saw a lot of bans coming out on both sides of the champs that were used last game. We saw the Scion ban. College of Eastern Idaho, they banned the Scion. They banned the Belveth. They banned the Shen. We saw a lot of bans, so we're on alternate champs. Important to note, we have the Briar back. On our side, we banned a lot of the same ones, but we also banned the Fiora that we saw last game. We did not ban the Lucian. Lucian is back. Lucian's like the only champ in the same spot in the lineup that we have. So I'm realizing I have 2 more extra minutes from that timer to talk stuff. So we don't show the pick ban phase because it's a little hard to do that and then X out.
Yeah.
But I'm more than willing to talk about it. It's important to note that that's a Nunu and Willump mid. So we're going to see out of us, we're going to see, it's going to load. It's going to load. It's going to be wonderful. It's
when it actually loads.
We've had massive connection issues. So hit the pause button.
Kobe.
Hit the pause button.
Rah, 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 rah. You guys aren't seeing anything. Oh, yeah, you guys literally aren't seeing anything. We don't have a game up yet.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Proud of them. So we have to run a 2-minute additional lag in addition to the 3-minute lag per NACE rules, hence the hit the pause button. So we're going to be running the Malphite top, the Briar jungle that we've come to know and love, Xerath mid, which we haven't seen, and then a very interesting combo, Kindred Rel in the bot lane. Rel's a pretty standard support. Kindred's not a very common ADC. I trust Gavin's call that it's going to be brutal. We're going to see how it works out. Kindred typically you see in the jungle, but I also haven't seen many Kindreds. Okay, I asked for Twitch chat back, not zooming around the... Thank you. On the opposite side, we see the Mordekaiser top, Amumu jungle, both very classic. Lucian is back ADC where he was. We'll see if he does a bit better. And it's a Blitzcrank support. Blitzcrank hooks are what they are. It's not a Blitzcrank Ashe combo, which I've talked about a lot on the stream as being absolutely awful. So we'll see if those Blitzcrank hooks land. Most notable, Kindred ADC on us, super rare, super off meta. Nunu mid. I have never seen a Nunu not in the jungle. So we'll see how it goes. We will see how this combo goes.
You know, I have faith in our team. We like to have a lot of fun, and I guess that means, you know, unintentionally preparing for strange situations like this.
Apparently our support when he plays, I think our camera's on. He's like super laid back, like he's super comfortable. He actually got out of that position when that Xayah quadra killed. Like it was so shocking to him that he broke his gamer
chill.
chill.
Lock in.
No, he just jumped up. He like completely. It's wonderful. They have so much fun. Can we get objective timers turned on? Can we get objective timers turned on?
Colby.
Can we get objective timers turned on? Ferris,
can you do it?
Can we get objective timers turned on? Can we get objective timers turned on? Thank you. So we are red side this go round. College of Eastern Idaho is blue side. This is game 2. Oh my god, I have food. It's raining. I would have given you a ride. No, you're staying.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
For what are you looking
Can
for?
I mute myself for a sec?
That would be, you are here. So, there you go. Yeah. For those who are kind of confused, Sam's fiance came to the lab and brought Sam dinner, and they did not get food for themselves, and now Sam is having a self-care talk. So I guess on that point, I don't know. You know, that's kind of important. Self-care is important. I am not gonna cast this because I could not tell you what's going on. Sam is coming back to the table. Thank God. I was about to collapse over here.
How's my volume mixing now that I'm back? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I'm gonna set you here and change my levels because I'm very loud and you are not.
We're not going to worry about that. We're not going to worry about whatever got picked up off it there. For the record, he's not on my team. I'm just marrying him in May. So, you know, less important. I wouldn't cuss out a team member. So we're back. We're 2 minutes in. We're seeing the early farm phase. You would have been fine during this phase, Kaz.
Well, yeah,
you know more than you think you do.
I haven't put that to the test yet. Don't get any ideas.
So what I'm hearing, and I think Kat needs to back me up here, is I'm being a safety blanket, and I need to rip it off.
Listen.
And let the Phoenix rise.
I say give it 2 more streams and I'll figure it out.
There's the Amumu coming in for an early gank. Truman flashing out, Nunu flashing out, getting the second stun down. That's first blood to the enemy Amumu. They're going to be playing a lot through that mid again because Xerath is going to beat Nunu and Willump any day of the week. We got the early level 2 advantage bot lane. Weren't able to do anything with it. We really are seeing, I think we're going to see Amumu a lot in that mid lane again. And it's going to be interesting where we see our enemy jungler, Briar, going in on that Amumu in his own jungle, just saying, die. Getting the cleanup. That's gorgeous. Nunu not having a response. Xerath back in lane already. Did miss his Raptors camp, but is going to get first scuttle. Really well done from that Briar. Mordekaiser's going hunting, but I don't think he's going to find anything. That was very well done from the Briar to even it back out 1-1. Already we're starting to see those CS gaps forming in jungle specifically, but also in bot lane. Also seeing it in the top lane. I'm impressed with how our top laner is doing. Top laner Tavian does not play Malphite very often. It's like not his thing, but sorry, I'm just realizing I gave somebody the card keys and didn't tell them what the card was.
I'll figure it out.
He's a smart cookie. He'll figure out what it is.
Yeah.
There's a Blitzcrank hook going in on the Rel. Unfortunately for them, Rel is tanky. There's a Kindred ability going down. Rel is horseless right now, so she looks really stupid. Rel skin without the horse. Phoenix refusing to learn League despite it being his vibe is a low-key mood. See, the thing is, like, he loves my team. Like, when we were streaming last Thursday with Amelia, Kaz was off playing Valorant with my team.
Yeah.
Like, they were just 5-stacking Valorant randomly. So, you know, he knows League. He's just not confident in his ability on League. We're seeing a mid-fight. Xerath getting the damage down. Nunu getting the ignite in again. There's the Rel coming up. This mid matchup is going to go quite differently from the last one that we saw, which not a big deal. I trust Truman to hold his own in there, but we're going to start seeing some of that coming through. Mordekaiser is pushing hard on the Malphite. That's a heal. Wow. Lots of stuff going down. I'd like to point out one thing. Our jungler, level 5. Their jungler, level 3. We're going to start seeing that.
Are we going for the tilt attempt this round?
Huh?
Are we going for a tilt attempt this round?
No. No, not at all. Not yet, anyway. I think we're going to see it. Right now, Briar's got almost twice the CS of that Amumu. I think we're going to see, you know how last game we saw our ADC just sticking in lane, ADCing, and then being like, now I'm ready to murder everybody? I think we're going to see that from the Briar here. Briar just finished second full clear. at 6 minutes in, almost has Jungle Pet leveled up to that 900 smite. We're going to see a full smite by the time people start looking for that Rift Herald. And potentially for that first Drake, we'll see. Amumu and Blitzcrank are both in mid lane, so Xerath needs to play that a little bit on the safer side. I think Xerath knows that, though. Truman, they went after Truman a lot last game, and we held our own. And so if they go through Truman a lot this game, we're going to hold our own there as well. Xerath is an interesting pick. Xerath gets lethal, but Xerath's mana usage is abysmal early game. Those snowballs starting to become an issue, but they're not getting to the big size. Looks like we're going for first Drake. Nunu is respawning with the Xerath. There's a Blitzcrank and the Lucian. We might have a 4v4 in the Dragon Pit here. Unclear as to 100% what we're doing. Might have just been getting vision down.
And we won't know because...
We're watching top lane. Briar level 6, Amumu level 4. Xerath getting out of the way of that gank. There was the Blitzcrank in there too. They are really trying to punish that Truman. They're really trying to punish Xerath. And with good reason. Xerath interrupting the Lucian back. Has vision there. Everyone's kind of circling Dragon Pit, but not really doing anything. I like to point out the Lucian and the Blitzcrank have both been out of lane. That CS gap right now between the ADCs is almost double. Blitzcrank hook pulling the Val in well, getting out of there. There's the Kindred. Briar ult hits in on the Lucian into turret range. There's the kill on the Val. That's unfortunate. Lucian gets the kill under turret. Briar going to barely stay alive to turret. Get the flash out. There's the Amumu. That's the Kindred, that's the ADC. There's the double kill on the Amumu. Needs to get the damage down on the Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank's kind of tanky. There's the Xerath ult. That's the... Whoa! That was gorgeous. That was the Xerath ult from nowhere. That's a triple kill for our Kindred. And the only casualty we had was our support, which support's job is to die.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's our team screaming or the Valorant team or the Overwatch team screaming in the background right now. We will see. Point is that's the beautiful triple kill. Gives us priority to go after this first Drake at 8.5 minutes, which is kind of our comfort zone to go after. First Rift is also up. Amumu is circling, but there's the Drake. Xerath's starting to do some serious damage to that Amumu. Like I said, Xerath, they're playing into him really hard. Blitzcrank almost getting the hook on that Briar, but didn't have the backup on it. Briar would have just murdered him. You know, they're really trying to support... Exactly what Truman's dad just said was what I was talking about. When you look at the CS gaps mid and CS gaps bot, they were walking around jungle, they were walking around that river for a while trying to find something, and they didn't. And so they lost the CS, they lost the gold. That's how we watched them lose last game. There's a stun going down on the Blitzcrank, trying to get the hook in. Xerath is playing very, very safe. Nunu by itself cannot beat a Xerath mid. No way. Now, Nunu and Amumu can beat a Xerath mid, and we've seen that happen. But the problem is, if you look at the CS difference, there's a Blitzcrank hook going in on the Briar. Amumu's stun missing. In comes the Rel, getting the damage down. There's the Blitzcrank ult. There's a stun on that Amumu. Amuumu's going to get pasted. Yes, it's probably... There's the Amumu death. There's the Nunu coming in with the snowball missing. There's a stun coming in on the Xerath. There's the airborne. More stun. That's the big snowstorm, but there's the taunted out of it. That's beautiful. That's a double kill on Briar. In comes Lucian, but in comes Kindred. Kindred ult going down to save the Briar. Xerath ult going down to get the kill on the Lucian. That's another beautiful ult. Meanwhile, we're watching top lane for no good reason again. I love you, Tavian, but stop showing me you.
We're seeing a lot faster paced fights go down this round.
There's the Malphite getting the damage down on that Mordekaiser, stuck in the circle. Mordekaiser popping a shield. There's the Malphite going down. That's unfortunate. Top thinking he could get it. Nunu cannot 1v1 a Xerath mid. Like what Zeppelin's talking about right now is a roaming mid, which we do see sometimes. In that case, they're acting almost as a second jungler in terms of roaming and ganking, and when you get kills there and then come back to lane, you're going to do fine. But one-on-one, a Nunu's not going to beat a Xerath. Nunu has not beat Xerath all game. Nunu and Amumu beat Xerath early. That's the one death humans running. There's the Briar going in for the damage on the Mordekaiser, getting Mordekaiser's ultimate and flash out. Really well done, setting up for that Baron. But Truman, he knew they were coming after him. We play through mid a lot. He's been a mid carry a lot. On top of that, they know him. They know how he plays. And we're punishing them for it. Truman got caught out early, and I was a little bit concerned. I'm going to be honest. Because if he keeps getting caught out, then the jungler gets chunky, then the mid lane gets chunky. But that's not what we saw happening. There's a stun going down again. It's really hard to airborne. Oh, there's the hook going in on the Kindred. In comes the Rel for the damage. There's the stun. Ignite did go down on the Kindred and the exhaust. Lucian ult going in. Does going to get that shut down. That's going to be unfortunate. Rel not quite able to save him. Lucian finally ulted a person. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that like that.
Just finally, some ults just don't land. That's just how things are.
Xerath flashing out of the Nunu healing. Xerath ult stunned in it. It's just easy pickings at that point. Xerath's ult range, I'll show you next time. It's like half the map. His ult is nuts, and if it hits, it's awful and brutal, and I play Xerath and hate playing against Xerath. We do see still the mana issues even at level 9. First Rift getting shot mid to help push that. Amumu's back to defend, but we have 2 plates down with the Shelly coming in. There's a stun in turret. Briar is under turret, as is the Xerath. I think we're going to see first turret go down here, maybe an Amumu kill. Briar is going to go for it, is going to get the stun. In turret range, doesn't matter. Amumu gets the stun down, but does not matter. Shelly quickly takes the aggro again. We might see first turret go down here, maybe not. We see the Nunu coming in. Briar needs to bail. Briar does bail. Nunu snowballs can be scary. They can airborne you for a really long time. And that's why you normally see a Nunu jungle, because Nunu will snowball and then just neop into your lane and come out of nowhere. It's a lot easier when he's playing mid and he's like, I wonder where the snowball... right down mid lane. Who could have seen that coming? I'd like to point out some of those CS leads again. I'd also like to point out the CS deficit top lane. Mordekaiser is starting to get a little edge on that Malphite, but it's not going to be enough anytime soon, which is unfortunate. First turret about to go down. They have sent 3 mid. There's the Blitzcrank hook and the Amumu stun. They are sending so much on Truman that they're going to get him, but that was an Ignite. That was at least 1 ult. I think it might have been 2 ults, plus a Hex Flash, plus a couple other things. Like, that was a very expensive kill. And turret plating is just now falling, so we won't get any turrets before turret plating. But if you take a look, mid and bot lane turrets are both very low. Briar ult is going in, is going to land on, I think, that Amumu. In goes the Briar, in comes the Rel.
Oh my god.
Blitzcrank pulls Briar into the wall, but there's the damage on that Amumu. Kindred is coming in. There's a Lucian ult hitting. Briar abandoning to go after that Blitzcrank, is going to get airborne from the Nunu, but it's going to absolutely murder that Nunu. Has to be careful for the Nunu ult. Nunu ult does damage. Blitzcrank, why did you do that? Blitzcrank hooking into the low people. That's a double kill. Kindred finishes off the Drake.
Oh no.
Blitzcrank, I love your ult. You pull it out. You pull somebody out of the fight. You don't pull them towards your low health people trying to run away. That's another kill. Meanwhile, Malphite and Mordekaiser are... meanwhile, back at the ranch, our top laners are doing top lane things. That's first turret down in mid. Bot turret, tier 1 turret is still low. Malphite has to flash out of there before he gets killed into turret range. But if Mordekaiser doesn't start helping his team, they're going to get steamrolled. Mordekaiser cannot push as fast as everybody else. That's a kill under turret. Briar has to be careful that she doesn't get killed by that turret. Now Rel's taking that aggro. Yeah, they overextended a little bit on that one, not going to lie. But Briar's starting to take the CEI jungle. Like, yeah, that's nice. You thought it was your jungle.
We seem to be pretty good at, like, finding other places that we can control, even if we're, like, kind of losing on the team fight, like that one.
Oh, there's the Blitzcrank hook pulling Briar back in the correct direction this time. Sorry. Blitzcrank hooks can be super great because they can pull somebody out of a fight or they can pull them in towards a team to really wear them down. You don't use it, you don't see your low health teammate running away and are like, ah, yes, let me bring this damage back towards me. Like, that's not the play there. You go, ah, yes, I'm using my tanky body in the way. There's all the damage going down on the Lucian, just getting absolutely murdered by that Rel. Briar. nothing he can do about that. I think Briar's going to push for that tier 1 turret bot lane. You know, and I'd like to point out, yes, top lane is winning. I will give him that. Mordekaiser is winning, but not fast enough. And everything else is losing. And we saw this in, I think it was the San Juan games that I casted with you, where the top lane just didn't care. He didn't engage, and he could have been so helpful. And now they're sending 3 top. So their game plan right now is, yeah, we're losing in every other lane. Let's try and win top harder and faster. But Malphite's tanky. And Malphite has a lovely turret right there that he's hiding under. There's the Xerath, and there's the Malphite to disrupt the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser could potentially be dangerous here on that Xerath. There's the Malphite again to try and break it up. Unfortunately, Xerath does go down. Kindred. Kindred! On the Amumu, keeping hold of that, plus the Lucian running away. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Briar is just farming. I'd like to point out right now, Briar is 9-0-4.
Huh.
Yeah, I'd like to point that out. Top turret still standing, barely, but still standing. Doing a great job. Briar looking for that Lucian. There is a Blitzcrank, but I think Blitzcrank misses the hook. Briar gonna almost get that Lucian down, and then they're just gonna run away. But oh my god!
What? What? Huh?
Briar might have had some bleed on that one. I'm not actually sure what happened there, and I should be. Nunu trying to pop ult there and is going to get murdered by that turret. Top turret does go down. Xerath cleans up the Nunu. And now it's a 3v1 on the Mordekaiser. And this is what I mean. Mordekaiser is winning one-on-one. Mordekaiser is not going to actually win in a team fight right now. And there's a Xerath kill. So that's a 10-0-4 Briar now. Second Rift is up for about another minute, so I think we're going to see a couple people go for that. I'm going to commit a little more time, a couple more people to it than we normally would at this point, just because it's going to despawn in about a minute, and we want to make sure we get it before Baron comes up. Pushing mid, we're working really on pushing that line across the map and just slowly creeping forward. It's a slower game than we normally see.
But we are much farther ahead than we were, I think, around this time during last game.
We're doing a much more even pushing job this go round, which is how we want to play. Yes, if the opportunity opens up, we will take it. But there's the Malphite coming in. That's a double airborne protecting his Xerath. Malphite really knows there's a Xerath ult coming down. Gonna get the Nunu. Meanwhile, that's a Mumu Lucian coming in, trying to kill the Rel, but in comes the Briar, and then a Mumu ult going down, but does not matter. That is a 12-0-4 Briar. Up top, Mordekaiser trying his best. Xerath is just running away. There's a stun. Malphite's gonna get eaten alive if they're not careful. Xerath is a complete pansy when it comes to Mordekaiser. Hold that thought, Bot Diggity. College of Eastern Idaho is currently tied for second with us right now. With this win, we will move to first. Florida International University has also not lost a game the entire series against everyone they've gone up against. We are doubleheadering them tonight. We will not be streaming Florida International University tonight because we will be streaming Overwatch instead. We will be streaming...
Surrender vote, Phil?
Oh my god, they did try and surrender. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my god. It is that bad.
Oh yeah, 23-7, yeah.
It is that bad.
Really,
it's a 12-0-4. So we will be streaming Florida International University on Thursday at either 5:30 or 7 to be decided. I've been told it's up to me. So probably 7. But Florida International University has not lost a game to anybody just like we haven't. So yes, they have the Grandmaster coming for Florida. We will not, like I said, we will not be streaming it tonight. We will be streaming that on Thursday. But is what it is. Briar ult coming in for craps and giggles. There's the Nunu kill. There's the Mordekaiser kill. Just getting shredded. We're going to take Baron and then push. I don't blame them for trying to surrender, honestly. And I'm not going to complain because we have another game in 12 minutes. But... seeing it, I've got some teammates coming around. We're on Baron right now. We're just shredding it. Gonna reset. We don't have time for an interview after the game with us. We have another game in 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah, we don't have that.
I'm not going to let you. They need to prep for FIU.
It's fine if we don't have an interview. We'll have an interview Thursday, maybe. Maybe.
I can't. They need to eat something before another 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
Against the top game in the conference. Xerath ult.
Oh!
There's a kill.
Oh my god.
Xerath ults are brutal. Sorry, production was talking to me. There's the Kindred. You know, that's a 6-1-7 Kindred. 7-1-7 Kindred. I'm not questioning the Kindred ADC anymore. There's the Rel coming in. There's the stun. There's the Xerath. All that's left right now is the Mordekaiser, who's going after the Xerath again and is ignoring the Rel behind him. That's the ace, ladies and gentlemen. And, oh, did I mention it's a Baron buff ace? It's a Baron buff ace. We are cracking that base. We have Blitzcrank's up, and then we have 13 seconds for the rest of the team to get up. We are cracking this base. Rel's just sitting there taking turret shots. Baron Cannons, Briar, they're not even trying. Oh, sorry, we still had a Rift Herald. We dropped Rift Herald in base. That's a Rift Herald at the Nexus, slashes Nexus. Rel goes down last minute. Shelly goes down. They're getting the damage down.
Ace here?
That's another ace. Let's go. That's a 2-0 for us against the College of Eastern Idaho. Tune in on Thursday at 7 to watch us go against the other team that's curb stomping the entire league, Florida International University. They have some Grandmasters on their team. It's promising to be much, much closer. I am going to go check us in for our next game, and I'm being told by production to hold on for a second.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Did you mute me?
Accidentally. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Twist. As it is the battle of the 2 number 1s now, once these scores go in. So stick around, watch Overwatch. I might be back with you tonight. In the meantime, I'm going to stuff my face with food.
Yeah, you well deserved. Thank you so much for joining me, Sam.
I might be back.
Yeah, we might see you back later, but until then, now it's Overwatch, right? We're streaming Overwatch now? I am a caster sitting at the table. I am supposed to know what I am doing, and I never do. That is fine. We are going to take a quick break and prepare for our transition for our next casters, Caden. That is not how I meant to say that. Colby and Aiden joining us at the table for our Overwatch game against... I still don't know. And it's not my responsibility to know. We'll see you in a few minutes.